Welcome to Weekly Forex Forecast. So, in this week's forecast, we'll break down key market trends and highlight trading opportunities. Jumping onto the DXY, the dollar index, I want to focus on the higher time frame here first of all. Looking at the weekly chart, we have seen previously in 2016 when Trump wins, the Republican wins, we had seen initially a push before a drop. Similarly, when Democrats win, a fall before an uptrend in the Dixie. So after Trump wins, we already have seen some push higher and run of this old liquidity with slight pips. So I'm expecting sooner or later on a higher time frame we can expect Dixie to fall down and start a different trend from usual. Like after price took this liquidity under these two lows, the price was extremely bullish. Now, either from this point in time or from above this anywhere, price can start a downward trend on Dixie. Jumping onto the lower time frames, what it seems like is it has already initiated some sort of shift in structure, but still it needs some more closing of candles below this low. So if that happens, I'll be considering next week to be a push down to confirm this break of structure, then a corrective structure higher to either mitigate something here or run off this high one more time before it falls again. So overall, I'm expecting a fall before a correction starts for the next week. This fall might occur in next week or might not occur in next week. So to sum up it again quickly, to break this structure, we need little bit more downside before it starts one more correction to go down. This downward move can begin either in between the range or from above this high after collecting the external liquidity. So that's all for Dixie. Jumping onto the next pair, Euro USD. So on high time frame on Euro USD on monthly, we can see this fair value gap has been tapped, and after that we have seen this huge reaction. So after this, market has already moved 250 pips. So that is a good sign, and on high time frame this has happened. So I'm expecting for the next few months at least we will see push higher on go Euro USD to collect this buy side liquidity and reach around 1.13 price. So it's a long term forecast. Let's jump onto the lower time frames and see what the near term is bringing for the next week. So if you are following up us on the YouTube forecast, we are uploading daily, and the Instagram reels. I have been marking out this extreme supply zone, which could push price down again, and it has been respecting it very well so far. Like we have already swept this high, but after sweeping we should have seen some bearish pressure to break this structure, which we haven't seen yet. So just focus on the next week, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. If we see break of this structure higher, after this break of structure from either levels, from here or above here, I'm expecting a correction to start to collect all this liquidity before it goes higher again. So I would suggest you to look after this structure shift, look for some bearish short term moves before market goes higher again. I'm not sure about what will be the economic calendar bringing up for the next week, but if there is something in the market we don't know about, there is one more possibility on Euro USD. Like after collecting this liquidity, it is obvious for the market to react against it, right? So if not this area, price can again fall to collect more liquidity under this low before it continues higher. So make sure on Euro USD your main focus is on buying, but on the levels I'm mentioning, I after a break either from these levels, which is around 1.048 to 050, or under the extreme low, whatever market brings us, because if after breaking this high market is correctively coming lower, then it is very much high probability market will continue higher. But if it is impulsive, it might take the low, then go higher. So that's all for Euro USD. Jumping onto the GBP USD. So GU is showing us little different story. Or as we know that EU and GU both are correlating pairs, but here you see the market is already shifted here. But if I go back on EU, the high has not even broken yet, right? So this is some divergence creating here, but I'm expecting, as Dixie also tells us, that Dixie is almost ready to go down now. So on GBP USD, I'm expecting price to go little more higher to confirm this closure, because this high got swept, market came down, failed to break any structure and continued higher. So this continuation can go higher, and with this closure above this, it will confirm the shift of structure. What next? After closure above this, I'll be expecting a correction to start to either under these lows or till here to continue higher again. But focus on again same thing, whether the correction is impulsive or it is corrective. Why I'm saying that? Because if I go on higher time frame, I was expecting market to come lower and grab these liquidity as well before actually trying to make a new trend and go above this high. But now it is already showing us some reaction, so it can be obvious price can come down into this fair value gap and then continue higher. But there could be one more scenario, because market is always right, we can just trade on probabilities. So price can still go higher, come extremely down to take this low either in this demand or just under this low to go higher again to start the uptrend. And on lower time frames we can see that price never gave us any long term, short term shorting opportunities. It was just this push higher to grab all the sell stops, came down, trying to give us again some selling opportunities, but failing again. This shows us that yes, buying pressure is still intact in the price. So let's not short it. Wait for the proper buying opportunities on EU and GU both, right? Jumping onto the gold now. On gold, we have seen market has been so much volatile in the previous few weeks. It's crazy up and downs. So what we have on 4-hour time frames, we can see last week price took this high, and with the week open we saw this aggressive push down, which almost dropped more than $100. So after that drop and grab of all this liquidity, because last buy was from here, if you remember, and if you were trading with the group, we all were buying from these areas after this liquidity was grabbed. So it was evident that after price takes out all the stop losses, if someone is still holding the buys, price started going higher. But as we can see, it's all corrective, which shows us there is a probability market can fall. And yes, I'm still expecting market to give us one more fall, but for the next week, let's expect price to give us one more push higher above this high, and maybe above this high before any fall. If I mark it properly, this will be the high, and we'll expect a push higher just above this high before it falls under this low. I'm not expecting for the price to visit this low in the last month of the year, but yes, under this low should be enough in this consolidation, or say this fall before this up move. So this is our last order flow of this bullish move. So yeah, under this low we have this order flow downward push. So yeah, under this should be good target for this selling opportunities. So right above, liquidity above this should have grabbed before this fall, or let it go higher to grab liquidity above this, then make a good fall under this low, and this low goes around 2600.05. So this will be for gold on a higher time frame. If I go on 15, we can see price is still bullish. In that correction, we are seeing high lows being formed, and we haven't seen any structure shifts yet. So as we know, this high was created because of this low initially, but this break of structure happened because of this low. All these liquidity were grabbed, then we saw this push. So if in coming weeks you see break of this low, anyhow, we can expect price to continue down towards this price 2605. But if it doesn't break, if it holds on a higher time frame, expect one more push to grab all this liquidity. Either respect this supply and come down, or grab this high which I shared on H4 time frame and then come down. So this will be the scenario on gold. Jumping onto the GJ, as said, it's all bearish. We can see market has shown this impulsive push to the downside earlier, and then we are in this correction phase. So I'm expecting a push down anytime soon, big fall under these two lows or under this low as well. But this is the last month of the year, so I'll be more cautious trading GJ because it can spend more time here making complex structures before it actually falls. So be aware about that because it's so much contracted here, contracted price here, also so much contraction. So there's less impulse price action like this or like this. It's little contracted here, so I'll be more cautious trading GJ. But yeah, let's see. So talking about structure on 4-hour time frame, we have structure break last here. After that, price has been falling. No inducements taken. So I'm still we can expect earlier in this week price to start correction above this high, maybe in this order block before it falls again. So if it falls from here, I will not be the part of sells. But if it gives me some correction above this high, taking this inducement, going higher than this, then for falling, then I'll be happy to the part of selling opportunity. So that should be it for GG on 4-hour. On lower time frames, if you want to focus on lower time frame entries, yes, I'll still wait for some deeper pullbacks on the bullish side, either in this zone or maybe higher than this before it falls again. So on GJ, whole and soul, a correction to the upside before it falls again we will take part in the selling opportunities, not before that. So that's all for the weekly forex forecast. Let's join on the next one. See ya.